Do you ever feel like you're being watched when you're doing your shopping? Or that maybe you're paying a different price than someone else buying the exact same product? Well, if you feel this way, it is not an illusion. It is actually a real thing. It is actually called personalized or algorithmic pricing, and apparently roughly 200 retailers across the country have implemented this, and a bombshell report out of the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has uncovered what they're doing here, as we can typically see up to 5 different price points being presented on literally the exact same item across the board at the exact same time from the same store, but people are getting different prices. This is a nut situation, and I want to share with you here in this video because it is literally surveillance on shoppers and presenting different prices to different people at the exact same time based on browsing history, purchase history, and possibly even their location. This is a sad situation, and it is impacting a lot of people at a tune of upwards of $1,200 a year that some people are paying more than others just simply because of surveillance on what they're buying. Anyway, I have this article here. I'm going to pop up in just a second. This is crazy stuff that we are seeing right now. I'm going to bring this up on the screen. You can see it for yourself. There's a lot of numbers and statistics in here, but I want you to see the details of this. All right, anyway, first off, drop a comment down below before I put this article up. Do you feel like you've experienced this over the last, call it, year or so, give or take a little bit? This has been in place for quite a while, but drop a comment. Just a simple yes or no. Have you experienced what they are calling personalized or algorithmic pricing, where they're literally watching you and saying, hey, you've bought this before. We feel like we can probably squeeze out a little bit more money out of you. We're going to jack up the price a little bit versus somebody else buying the exact same thing. Anyway, I'd love to see your comments down below. All right, anyway, let's pop this article up right here, right now. Feel free to read through the details on this. This is nuts. Anyway, this bombshell report out of the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, went across and they found out that yes, retailers are implementing this, and it's causing some people to pay upwards of $1,200 more per year just because of this algorithmic pricing. Now, here's what's interesting. They ran some studies on this, and they found up to 5 different price points being presented at the same time across the board to different people on literally the exact same item. Now, the example that they give here in this article that they actually study here, they saw different price points ranging from $3.99 up to $4.79 of a difference, literally same time, different people looking at the same item. That's an 80-cent difference across the board on this one item. Now, again, it might just be 80 cents, but guess what? You spread that across 20, 30, 50 different items, 100 different items that person is buying during any different shopping experience or shopping outing, and now you're talking about significant price differences. You do that every week, every month, multiple times per year, and guess what? That person is on the hook for a lot more money that is out there. Now, according to this study as well, 62% of people within the respondents of this survey have felt like, yeah, I for sure have experienced this, and I feel concerned that these retailers are surveilling me when I'm doing my shopping and adjusting price accordingly. That's why I asked you. Drop your comment down below if you feel like you've experienced this over the last year or so. Just a yes or no down below in the comment section. Do you feel like you have been under surveillance doing your shopping and that the prices are seeming oddly different each time that you go? And again, they base these pricings off of your purchase history. Again, if it's something that you buy regularly, they may feel like, hey, we can squeeze out a little bit more money because you've bought this before, we've tracked this before, we know that this is something that you buy regularly, it must be one of your necessities. We may be able to get some more money out of you in that type of situation. That's why I was curious about that and why I wanted to hear that from you. Now, here's what's interesting as well. They found that across the board on these different pricing tiers that are out there on these different items, they found that on the low end, or on average, the price difference between the high and the low price being presented is right around 13% on average. Now, on the high end, they found that the price difference is about 23% on of the price difference from high end to low end. For example, let's just say this much, okay? And again, I'm just going to give you a random example here just to kind of, illustrate this. But this would indicate, let's just say a $100 item. Now, I'm guessing if you're out at the grocery store, you're probably not buying $100 items, but I'm just going to use $100, again, as a nice round number to kind of illustrate this and kind of show the magnitude behind this. they're finding that sometimes an item might be priced at, say, $100 for somebody, might be priced at $105, $112, $113, $115, all the way up to $123. So on the low end, somebody might be paying, say, $100, somebody might be paying $113, and somebody might be paying $123 in this instance, and this example that I want to share with you, on the same exact item at the exact same time from the exact same retailer. That's nasty, right? That's a lot of extra money. And again, obviously, if we're out at our grocery stores, we're probably not buying $100 items, but you see the magnitude behind this. This is costing a lot of people a lot of extra money. And basically, people are saying, this is unfair. I agree with you. Here's the deal. If we're going to the same store and we're buying the same items, why is the price being presented differently? At the same time, right? I totally recognize that. Now, to be fair, if we're looking at price differences on the same item at 5 different stores, I agree. The prices are going to be different. We see that all the time. That's nothing new. We've been dealing with that for a very long time, which is, you go to Walmart versus Target versus Publix versus Buc-ee's or whatever it's called. I'm just pulling out some random stores that are out there, but point being is that, yeah, obviously, if you're going to different stores and you're price shopping across different retailers, you're going to see different prices. But to go to one random store and to see 5 different prices presented, I don't know. Something about that seems very unethical. That doesn't seem right. Why? Why are there different prices being presented? It should be the same price, no matter what, for everybody in every scenario, right? So interesting. And again, that's why I wanted to hear from you. Have you experienced this? Now, obviously, FTC, Federal Trade Commission, is saying, hey, this is unfair. This is not really that legitimate. I mean, seriously, it's not that okay to be doing this to these individuals, to the consumers that are out there trying to do this. Now, one thing that I see when I am looking at this report like this, and a lot of us over the years have been saying, oh, inflation. They continue to tell us that inflation is down, inflation isn't coming up, and the prices are coming down or prices are holding steady on things, but yet we're still seeing price increases out there at the stores when we're doing our regular weekly or bi-weekly grocery shopping. It makes me think of that right here, right now. And it makes me wonder if this is where some of those price increases are coming from. Maybe, and again, I don't put a whole lot of weight into this. I'm just being fair with you. I don't trust the numbers that are being put out as far as the inflation numbers that are being released out of the BLS. I don't trust those whatsoever at all. I think they're highly manipulated, highly, deceiving. I'm just going to say that much, right? But my point being is that maybe some of this personalized or algorithmic pricing has something to do with this, where one week we go in and we buy the jar of peanut butter for $2.99. The next week we come back to buy the same old jar, and now it's $3.19. And we think, what the heck? I thought there was no inflation. And here we are, we're paying 20 cents more now because they did this pricing because of this algorithmic pricing structure, right? And maybe 2 weeks later we come back and now it's $3.49. And we keep saying, but wait, they keep telling us that there's no inflation, there's no price increases. I'm seeing at the stores. What are you talking about? I'm seeing this. Maybe this is what we're experiencing, and maybe inflation really has dropped off and really has slowed down. And again, I'm not using this as an excuse. I still do not trust the numbers out of BLS whatsoever on the inflation, anything like that, or what is being told to us, but it does make me wonder a little bit if this is maybe one of the scenarios that is causing a lot of us to see these price increases on different items that we're buying week in and week out, month in and month out, and we're seeing these differences in price. Maybe inflation really has stagnated. Maybe inflation really has slowed down, but it's the retailers that are hosing us because they know that it's an item that we regularly buy. It's something that we consider maybe a staple at our household or in our lives. And again, I'm just using peanut butter as an example, but maybe it's that jar of pickles. Maybe it's a box of cereal. Maybe it's that tub of ice cream that we all love every week, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it happens to be, and they know that it's one of our staple, our regular items. Again, going back to what I said a couple times already, maybe these retailers are thinking we can squeeze this person for a little bit more because we know they're going to buy it every single week. Therefore, let's jack the price a little bit because we know they're going to buy it, right? I don't know. That seems very unethical to me. It seems very unfair and not something that should even be legal. But who knows? I don't know. Apparently this is legal because apparently hundreds of retailers are doing this. But to me, I look at this and think, something about that seems very, very, very unfair, right? If somebody's walking into a grocery store or somebody's shopping online, if there's 5 or 10 or 50 or 100 people buying the same item at the same time, why are we all seeing different prices, right? I mean, literally, we should all be seeing the same thing. I mean, that just seems like fair to me, right? Obviously, if they run out of stock, then fine, out of stock. Sorry, if you came in and you're a person 50 and they only had 49 on the shelf, sorry, person 50, they're out of stock now. Don't have any more product, right? So anyway, I don't know. Drop your comments down below. Something about this seems very, very, very unethical, but apparently they've been doing this for quite a while here, and we've all been paying the price on this. So there you go. Maybe this is where more of our money is going, being siphoned away by these retailers who are just trying to squeeze us for a little bit more. And not very good timing, retailers. Thanks a lot. Yeah, we really appreciate this. All right, anyway, I'd love to read your comments down below if you feel like sharing anything on this. Otherwise, if you're new here, please consider subscribing, 100% free. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video. Big share button right down below. Otherwise, until next time, have a nice day. Enjoy. Take care. And make sure to check out the other 6,000 plus videos here on the channel in the video library. Again, I'm back for you every single day in other videos. Enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next one.